I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're speaking with a super talented author. Her name is Kristina, and she takes readers on an adventurous journey through her memoir, Kristina's Cache, a memoir of adventure and survival in Alaska. It spans 33 years from 1969 to 2002, and the book chronicles her life as a modern-day immigrant in Alaska, sharing tales of job challenges, construction projects, scientific exploration, and her deep, deep love for the state's wilderness. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Pro Isle Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing this wonderful book. The links are below. Kristina, thanks so much for being our guest today on Spotlight.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. This is quite an epic adventure you had in Alaska over 33 years. What initially drew you to the state?
Well, it was like an intricate story. I worked in Seattle, and things were not going well there. So I am going back to Finland, and I'm trying to finish my job because we had found a seamount out on an oceanographic cruise, and it was my job to map it. So only me who knows how to do it, so I am there in the middle of night finishing the job. Someone is surprised to find me. I tell her the story, and in the process, she and her boss, who actually had supported me part of the time, moved to Alaska. One of his employees quits, and he offers me the job.
Wonderful. What was it like when you first got to Alaska? I mean, it's the farthest regions of the United States. It almost feels like you're not in the United States anymore. You're used to a colder climate. You come from Finland, I guess, right?
Right.
So that part wasn't strange, but it is kind of uncharted territory for most of us here in the mainland. Tell us a little bit about your impressions when you first got to Alaska.
When I first came there, I was very impressed that, the sun did not set when I flew from Copenhagen all the way to Anchorage, because it was in the middle of the summer.
Right.
And then I spent a night in Anchorage, and from there I flew to Juneau. And flying in over Alaska, I was really amazed, because you fly over just unpopulated country. It's just forests and rivers, and no towns that I saw not much at the time.
Exactly.
So it's really neat, And then ending up in Juneau, the capital, and my boss was meeting me at the airport with this employee who found me there working late at night.
Exactly. Now, I could handle 24 hours of daylight. That sounds kind of nice. But 24 hours of darkness, like it is in the winter, has to be a little tough on your mental health, or maybe not. What are your thoughts?
Well, it depends on, in Alaska, maybe we only had maybe 4 hours or so-called daylight, but in Alaska, it doesn't get as dark as in South Carolina, because in the winter you have the snow and you have the sky, and the curtain is not drawn as here in South Carolina. The curtain is drawn and is thick, dark. You don't see anything. Not so in Alaska.
Absolutely. One of the truly intriguing aspects of your book is the construction of your cache, a 49 square foot living space. Tell us a little bit about this challenge of building it and living in such a unique structure.
Well, a cache is a place where you keep your food high up so the wild animals don't get to it. And I thought, well, maybe I should keep myself there so the wild animals wouldn't get to me. So I first, it was pipeline construction. Nothing could be rented. And what I had got very nasty and ugly. So I found land, I bought a tent, and then I start building the cache, which actually was my practice project because I wanted to make mistakes in a small scale. And I just figured that, 8 by 8, well, I built that in first as a practice, then through the rest of the summer, I built my big cabin. Well, that was the plan. Well, I'm still living in my tent, while I use a Coleman lantern for heat and light, and it's getting cold. Things don't go as fast as you think.
Exactly, exactly. But I guess that's part of the adventure, of course, and then what made your experience there so unique and why you're sharing your memoir with us now. Now, one of the things you mentioned throughout your memoir are the extreme weather conditions in Alaska. Is there a story that really sticks out to you when you were in some unpredictable weather and you might have been frightened or scared or had to get help? Tell us a little bit about coping in this extreme weather.
You mean about the cold?
Yes.
Well, at one time, Fairbanks is in the center of Alaska. Fairbanks has extreme weather. Fairbanks can have the highest temperature in the summer. It was 99 once. Wow. And we have the lowest in the winter. In the rest of Alaska, it's not that extreme. So when it got really cold and I had moved from Juneau, which is called the Banana Belt. So I drove my Volkswagen and I did not know that was not the right car for Fairbanks.
Wow.
So then, of course, it gets too cold and, I had a flat tire one morning. Okay, I fixed the tire. I just fix it. And then I put on another tire that's flat also. And then the third tire is flat. Well, then I started skiing to work.
Oh my goodness! You literally had to ski to work.
Yes, or walk. But then I realized the problem was once your tires get low in the cold, then I go to a gas station, I fill them up, and there's some leakage from the moisture, and So then if I just could feel the tires while the hose is cold, then it worked.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, rubber doesn't do too well in the extreme cold, that's for sure. And your tires probably fare poorly in that type of condition. Tell me a little bit about your work while you were in Alaska. It included scientific research and field work. Can you tell us about one of the more exciting or unexpected discoveries that you made?
What would have?
Like in your marine geology or your remote sensing?
Yes. My problem all through my life in Alaska was that I was on what was considered soft money, which means that someone had to write a proposal, and I got involved in remote sensing because they had just launched a satellite. That's before the Weather Service knew about the satellite. And our job for a year was to figure out what do we do with the pictures, because that satellite took pictures of Alaska. And that was the most intriguing job. So before the Weather Service, uses satellite maps, and at the time they are still forest fires. And forest fires are caused by lightning in the summer. And we figured out that, if we can find out where there are thunderstorm clouds, so then I got on board a jet, and a Learjet, and we flew all over Alaska looking for thunderstorm clouds. And we radioed the information to the tracking station, and they were on the satellite pictures. So then after discovering that, they did not have to fly the Learjets anymore. They could just get the information from us through the satellite pictures. So we saved people money by through the pictures.
Wonderful, wonderful work. Let me ask you, what are you hoping that readers take away from reading your memoir?
Well, I had so many problems of all kind, but I still, I managed to do what I wanted and get to places I wanted. So I want people to see that if you really want to do something, want to see something, there's always a way, maybe around, what you are told. So no does not mean that it cannot be done.
Exactly, exactly. And there is adventure waiting out there for all of us. You just have to be bold enough to take the opportunity to pick up and move somewhere remote, like Alaska. It's something you didn't expect to do, but you found the unexpected while you were there, and it really shaped your life and has made for a wonderful book. It's called Kristina's Cache, a memoir of adventure and survival in Alaska. It's a book you will love. It's a book that'll spur you on to have your own adventures and maybe even make you want to visit the beautiful state of Alaska. Kristina, thanks so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Well, thank you.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. I enjoyed our talk. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time, this time, until next time on Spotlight.